it is out of my league. Now, this is a statement that we have all heard or even used at some point in our life. But now with the intense promotion of self-love, body positivity, and of course self-esteem, we're all working really hard to rid ourselves of this mindset. But this doesn't take away from the subject matter. Can anyone or anything be out of your league? This morning, the ladies and I are reacting to something we saw on social media that got Neki Moyo in her feelings.
Yes, I'm just trying to control myself right now. I don't just go be saying about
I'll just give you guys a quick breakdown of what happened. So it was my fault, blame me. I was on social media and I saw this thing that was trending and I showed it to Neki Moyo. So apparently a young man asked a lady out via a phone call and she said she was going to give him a reply via text, and she texted him on WhatsApp. And she wrote a very long, unnecessary speech. I'm sure we've all seen it, saying that he's a common core member, that she cannot survive off of his stipends, and he's also a common barber. And even though he may have dreams, that she cannot feed off of dreams, and he can in no way, shape take care of her, even though she's just a student. And then she ended it by saying that I hope we can still be friends, and I hope that you find your type. And Neki almost broke the computer in front of her. It was a serious thing, you know. So, obviously, you got us thinking, if anyone or anything can truly be out of your league. Seeing as Neki is the most emotional, I will not ask her. Joy! Joy, do you believe that people can be out of people's leagues?
In a way, yes.
I don't like the way your voice is low. Be confident about what you're saying.
In a way, yes. For some people, type doesn't really mean the physical attraction. It goes way inside the personality of the person. And having a type, it makes your relationship easier because you know the particular kind of person you want to date. For instance, if I know that I have this anger issue, and I want to be in a relationship, I don't go for somebody who has that type of issue because in the long run we just keep clashing and it's like an unhealthy relationship. I go for someone who is able to tolerate my who is like an opposite of me. Someone who is
I can oppress.
No, I can oppress. Someone who is also calm, that opposites, that if I have this anger issue and I go for someone with the same type of issue, in the long run it's not an healthy relationship because we just keep clashing. So I look for someone who is in a way different from me, who help me control my anger. Because when you are calm, you tell you, okay, cool down, this is the way forward. You try to your personality kind of rubs off on me in a way. So having a type to me is not really a bad thing. That's just the way
I don't know why you chose to be politically correct, but if you have anger issues, see a therapist. Don't get a calm person. Please, or you get a person that is hot, so Bass Boss can occur. If not, Bass Boss will have to occur because if the person is too calm, you oppress the person, and then the person will feel it'll be a toxic relationship because the other person will not be able to express themselves when you're always on fire. So see a therapist if you have anger issues. Don't carry somebody. Don't carry a Jiro if you're Neki Moyo.
Oh my God!
So, and I'm going to ask you this question, but I want to ask you if you think people can be out of people's leagues. I'll ask you, what is your definition of being out of your league?
Okay, my definition of being out of my league is when I see that you are like way up there,
financially, physically.
Yes, like financially or otherwise, might be way up there. But I don't feel that it should be a criteria for me in court.
So it's not a criteria. So if I was in SS3 now,
no,
and I was not underage. I am not underage. Let's say I got into school really late, so I'm like 19 or 20 or even your age.
No, I'm not saying that.
Is it not a criteria?
No, I'm saying that. What I'm trying to say is that in our society, there's what we call a social strata. It exists whether we like it or not. There are people that we would never want to date.
Try.
I can't date a younger guy. That's me. Do you understand? There's people that can. It's their preference. So it all boils down to preference for me. So there's something that's been out of my league, and I come to understand that this person is out of my league. Now, some people know that this person is out of my league, or this job, or this thing I want is out of my league. But the way they go about it is the manner of approach is actually wrong. Now, taking that girl, for example, that we talked about her story, her manner of approach was wrong. She can herself say, thank you very much, I am not interested, and keep her reasons to herself. Rather than coming to list out those very...
But honesty is the best policy.
She didn't have to explain
Now,
herself so much.
another thing I've also noticed is that there's some things you necessarily should not communicate via social media, especially typing. It will not convey the point at which you are coming from emotionally. And so the person might read it from his own point of view emotionally, and already a clash of interest. So I beg to differ that she would have called and spoken to him like, okay, I'm sorry, this is the reasons why, and I'm not sure we want to prefer it. But the thing is, the out of elite thing is very, very in vogue. Very, very. And that's why you hear girls who say, I can't date a broke guy. Because they feel that a broke guy is out of their league.
Even when they're also broke, stuff to come together and try to fight this thing. So, AJ, have you ever been in a situation where you felt out of your league? You felt out of the person's league? You were in the presence of a person that you just felt like, this person is just way above me. Have you ever been in that situation before?
I'm trying to think now, and well, I'll say yes. I've had circumstances like that, but maybe not in relationship. Maybe in other.
How did that make you feel?
It made me want to grow. Yeah. What are you saying? Oh, it made me want to aspire to do more for myself. You know? And I saw that certain things were attainable. It's even worse when you're dealing with people who are of the same level with you, that probably
age-wise.
You guys grew up together, and then the person is now way higher than you, and it seems like you guys are not in the same league in terms of finances, in terms of an influence. So it made me want to do more for myself. So that's it. But for relationship, I don't think I've ever had that experience per se.
You're a woman, probably why. No, it's
usually I think it's usually the other way around. Guys are like, okay, I can't ask this girl. Okay, I remember I had an experience like that. So I went to buy something. I was way younger. I think I just finished secondary school, and then we live in the house, in the finest house in the streets. So I went to buy something.
That's number one.
I went to buy something, and then one guy was trying to approach me, and I just heard someone say, "Should get size up." You don't live there. Like they're telling the other guy, like, should get size, you don't live there, you don't know your mates. And so so they're actually, people have a perception about you when they see you. So they're like, okay, can I approach this person? Is she up to my league? Because first of all, the way you dress, the way you sound, the way your manner of approach, how you step around people determines if the next guy out there wants to say, oh, can I buy her a drink? Or she not actually just look at me from up and down and say, what are you doing here? Like that kind of
fabulous. But let's look at things from the young lady's point of view this time around. Now there's times when a person is so, the word beneath you is absolutely wrong, but so out of your league that you get offended. Now, there was a time when I was in uni, I was in my final year, I moved apartments to this new house, and then there was this really small boy that used to always greet me. And then I said that whenever I was in the place, he was in the place. It looked like he was following me or something. So it made me really uncomfortable. And then one day I asked him, like, how far you safe? When they stop, and he was like, well, I just wanted to tell you that I adore you.
Oh my God.
And the first thing I said was,
please don't adore our choice, thank you.
I was like, what level are you in?
Whoa. First reaction.
And then he was like, well, I'm in petroleum engineering. I said, what level are you in? And he was like, well, I just came in. I was like, no, try am again.
Warning.
I was really offended, but maybe I could have handled it better.
Yeah.
So is she within her rights to be too offended? Joanne, what do you think?
According to her, she has her own kind of type, kind of guy she wants to date, but the way she went about the whole affair is wrong. I think from the standpoint, she should have made it, the way you behave towards a person. I can be your friend, but I don't want to have something to do with you. There are nicer ways to go about it. So when the guy asks you out, you should have just sat down, talk to him like she said, one-on-one, and say, see, we are friends, fine, but someone I can date in a more in a better manner than the way she put it, because the guy actually felt offended when she said, you're not my type. I feel although she has her own spec or guys she wants to date, but the way she went about the whole affair is wrong. So I really don't like the approach.
Okay, so you're saying that she was right to be offended, but she could have handled it better.
Yes.
Do you guys buy into that?
I
Remember, the person in question here is a student and the guy is a copper.
yeah, it's a
I don't understand. Okay, let me don't talk.
It's a, for me when I read the entire text. I first showed it to Nikki before she knew she went all, But I when I first said it, I was like, okay, when I read, I was like, all this just to say
No.
I'm like, you could have just explained yourself, and especially since she came from a standpoint that this guy was her friend. And then I think that there have been times where there had been situations, to have, giving him the notion that how far, there's a way to put it so that he will know that don't ask me out so that you don't get yourself.
But is there really a way to put it? Some people don't know how to
Some people
read
don't know how to
signs. Like you smile at him twice, I just get like.
And so
I get it. But what I'm saying is, there's a whole lot better manner of approach. It's a bit. The guy was sad, really heartbroken, getting that message that morning.
It's be like that sometimes.
and I understand she had a right to express herself. Now, people are different. Now, the manner of approach I would use to respond to something is different from the way you would respond to something. Now, you may be the one that wants to bash out at someone and say, no, don't do that ever again. And then I may be the one to be like, okay, say no. Let's just not explain ourselves. Let's leave it like that. Because you don't want to then, maybe when I'm asking my friend, I cannot express myself. Can you imagine that guy? You understand?
So you're of the opinion that you should react someplace for the person, save the person their emotion.
Yes.
I think that first things first, from the conversation, she indicated that they were friends. So it's not like he was somebody that just
a random.
Yes, I mean, probably they would have gone out, had some sort of, and before he had that boldness to come.
Like girl said, boldness.
The truth is that guys, I feel like sometimes it takes them a lot for them to say they like somebody. Hey.
Yeah, so
I feel so, because sometimes there's always the fear of she might say no.
and their ego is at stake.
That means all men have a lot too. Because they're really out here telling women things. So they must all have a lot.
I'm saying that in most cases, some guys do it as for fun, they do it for conquest, to get girls, and all of that. But I'm saying for men that really have genuine feelings, it takes them a lot for them to come and say, okay, I really like this person.
Okay, but let's look at it from this angle, right? Let me use Ciara as an example, right?
Lord.
Ciara is having the time of her life. She's married to an amazing man. He's a child of God. They didn't have sex before marriage. He's immensely rich. He's a part owner of parts of the NFL right now. He bought her the masters to her music. He treats her first child like his own. It's marvelous, Financially, he's most likely higher than she is. And we're all really excited. Now, one day on Twitter, a guy posted about his wife to be. They're married now. And she said that when they started dating, he was homeless and he was squatting. This girl bought him a car, an apartment.
I saw that tweet.
She was just doing some very mommy things, and everybody was so pissed. Like, how can she be doing that for a man? So much money. Does she not know herself? The man is a thief. He's a gold digger. But but we're all celebrating Ciara though.
Because she's a woman.
So, does the standards differ per gender for someone being out of your league?
It does, because
Ciara is not even out of this man's league, but let's just use her
it
as an
does,
example.
because naturally as women we want to have somebody that can protect and provide for us, and so that will make us have somebody that is higher in quotes in a lot of things, like financial security, like in terms of thinking,
height,
like in terms of height, or some people height, do you understand? So we want somebody that is higher. We don't want to go low. And for the guys, it's the reverse. So like you said, it is different. I'm not sure it's going to go for a very long time that the way a guy will handle a girl out of his league will be different from the way a girl will handle a guy that's out of her league. It's going to be very different. That's like the two scenarios you painted now. We've got different reactions.
I buy it.
Yeah, and again, I feel is like what she said now, for instance, when a lady, it takes a patient lady or someone who knows potentials to actually be with a guy who doesn't have anything that she's higher than. Like most cases, when the woman is very rich now, but the man is just struggling and they eventually get married, it takes really patient lady, someone who is not in for the money, who loves the man in quotes, who has seen his potentials. It really takes a patient lady to stick with a man who is upcoming, like in regards to financial status. But the other way around, I feel most men, when they are higher than lady, they just see it as something that is regular because they can provide for the lady, so they feel it's not like a big deal. That's why what you just said now really makes sense, because you see, the man is richer than Ciara and he actually can take care of her. So I feel it takes a patient lady to really stick with a man that is upcoming.
Are you a patient lady?
No, upcoming, actively upcoming. Let me tell you, so guys,
I want to know the meaning of actively upcoming.
Let me explain. Let me explain the
Upcoming, okay.
upcoming, in the sense that you could see that from all of his little steps, you are seeing fruits, you are seeing dividends, you're seeing that okay, he did this. This is what took him to the next level. Not the one that is in agu and plans, dream, business plan, feasibility study. We are not going to eat feasibility.
I actually died at feasibility studies.
It's the truth. That's why I said actively. So because now the lady in quotes, when she sees that okay,
You're doing
he did
something.
this, it's productive. Okay, we're not there yet, but at least you could see that you could give him a timeline and say, okay, from this time to this time, you could see that he will hit this, and he will still be himself because money change people.
Yeah.
Progress level change people, and so you could see that okay, this person. So we don't want feasibility studies, or
There's no problem.
I'm going to move on before you people set me on fire.
I was going to say that. Do you know that there are some ladies who, as much as you want to look at the money factor, there's some of them who just want to see the character factor, integrity. Now it gets to guys when a lady who is probably not in their league is saying, I don't think I like your character, that's why I'm not sticking with you. So there are those people who says, even if he's way up my
Even
league,
if financially he's out there, he's still not in your
he's
league.
still not in my league because he doesn't know how to approach people. He talks anyhow, you know, because he thinks he has money, then he thinks he can be just ride on me and not respect.
I love it.
There are ladies like that out there that says, who cares about your money?
That reminds me of Nollywood
Your money
now.
doesn't count right now, you understand? So I need to, you know, this is not my league because I'm thinking about the future. I'm not just thinking about now. So let's enjoy the money and then what happens to me later?
Hallelujah. Okay, so let's go into the final facet of the show before we call it a day. Now, a research has shown that when a man and a woman are in for the same position as a company and they're for interviews and they're negotiating their salaries, that men often ask for more money than women because the men are confident that they deserve to be there and the women are just happy to be there in that space. So you would see a higher percentage of men applying for jobs that they are not qualified for, than you would see women that are applying for jobs that they are overqualified for, thinking that hopefully they will just give it to me. So for career-wise, are there jobs that you should not go for in any way, shape or form because you're clearly out of your league? Now people say that just apply for jobs that are not qualified for, God will do it for you. But let us leave God first. Let's be frank. Are there jobs that you should really not apply for because they're out of your league?
okay, I don't want to leave God out of it, but let's just talk about this basically. Like I said, there's always a progress level. Like right now, there are some jobs that I know that I do not have the description, I do not have the capacity to handle, and so I cannot really shoot my shots at that. But there are some jobs I know that okay, fine, I have the capacity, I have built enough to handle it, and from the next one it keeps going to the other one. I think what people do is most of that they dream of the very big companies or the big startups, that they don't really want to build their capacity to handle those big stuff because, like they said, to whom much is given, much is expected. So imagine you're working for an international organization of the media. You have to be uptight. You have to know what is happening around the world. You have to keep tabs. You have to be online. You have to be reading and all of that. And so if you don't have that track record that you've started like this, like this, like this. So for now, honestly, yes. There's some jobs that are out of my league. It doesn't mean I do not aspire to get them, but what I do is that I don't become comfortable where I am. So I admire people that are really doing well in those leagues, and I hopefully wish to be there someday.
Wonderful. So Joanne, you already prayed on Sunday that God will give you an embarrassing miracle. So how are you going to test out this theory if you do not apply for jobs that are out of your league?
Okay, you said as women, if there are jobs that are out of our leagues. But I feel as women, yes, there are jobs that are out of our leagues. If I want to go
As
into
a human being.
Okay, yes. I will take it from the mother aspect because I am a mother. There are some jobs that if I apply for, I won't have time for my daughter. It takes that
Our
time.
daughters, all of us.
It takes my time. It consumes my time. I won't have time for my family. So I don't go for that jobs because eventually it's going to come back to me. It will be too much for me to handle. So I rather go for the jobs where I know when I apply for, I still have time at the end of the day to take care of my kids. So there are jobs that I cannot apply for as I am now.
You love to be politically correct all the time. Angel, last thought, and then we're out of here.
Okay, so for me, do we apply for jobs that are out of our leagues? Do you want it? Is it something that you're aspiring for?
I want to be the United Nations General Assembly head, though.
Then begin to do things that will lead you to that place. Begin to take steps. Begin to train for it. Begin to grow in that manner. Begin to say, okay, I have to learn this and learn this. I have to work as this and understand this particular thing to get to that place. Because life is a process, and you have to go through that process. So you don't just want to wake up one morning and say, I want to be a senator tomorrow, and you're not doing things that would put you in that direction.
I love it.
So for me, put yourself in that.
So I think it's the same across all boards. We're running up right now that things and people can be out of your league, but you should work towards making sure that you can get to that place where that person or that thing would be within or in your league bracket. And that is where we draw the curtain on the show today. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, TSL Nigeria Space TV. Follow and like all of our socials, TSL Nigeria TV. My name is Joyce Shooks. This has been The Breakfast Show and TSL Nigeria. Good morning.
Stay connected to TSL Nigeria and get updates on the go all day, every day. Subscribe to our YouTube channel on TSL Nigeria Space TV and join our online family.